Hey boys and girls, welcome to the season 4 mid-season finale of Being Mary Jane. You know what? This was a good episode. For a minute there, I thought BET had let me down because I've been waiting for Justin and MJ. I know it's wrong because Justin has a girlfriend, but MJ was single. She and Lee broke up, and I was waiting for something to pop off. And when they were in the hotel room and nothing happened, like the phone rang and they were saved by the bell, I was like, no, you done let me down. I was pissed. I was under my breath. I had very negative things to say about BET, Will Packer, Justin, Mary Jane, because I've been waiting all season for them to get popping. But girl, that studio love, it draws on the floor, pumps in the air, like pumps and a bumps, pumps and a bumps. Like he licked her. Did you see that? He turned her over and licked her and then slid her panties down. That was some good TV. Thank you, BET. Quench my thirst, because you know how I feel about Justin, y'all. But I'm getting ahead. I'm getting way ahead of myself. I hate to talk about him. I don't have anything nice to say about Lee. I'm glad they broke up. Like at the beginning of the episode, they're all sitting at Kara's house and they're trying to figure out a birthday idea for MJ. And Lee is like, yeah, why don't you do a comedy show and it'll be a charity and Eddie Murphy will be. I'm like, in what world does that sound remotely appealing? Like that's a great idea for you. Mary Jane don't care nothing about no comedy and no Eddie Murphy. Like that's not how she's trying to bring in her 40th birthday. But Kara, because Kara is the best bestie ever, Kara was like, hey, why don't we go to Martha's Vineyard? Why don't we meet Zadie Smith? And Mary Jane, I'm not mad at her. She was like, you know what? I don't want to meet my idol. I don't want to meet another idol because I met one and that one sucked. And I agree with her on that. I met my idol. I'm just like, God, I wish I never met you. But Lee, they went back to the house and they were about to get it on and Lee was like, oh no, I've got to go see your fertility doctor in 2 days. That's 2 days from now. What does that mean? Like if you perform now, you can't perform again in 2 days? Like if you knew that you couldn't play, you couldn't stay and play, why did you even get things popping? Why didn't you just be like, hey, I'm just gonna walk you to the door and be a gentleman? But you done laid on the bed, rolled around, shoved your tongue down her throat. Like she thinking some more good things that are come. And you're like, oh no, here, and grabbed her vibrator for her. Sir, what are you doing? And like a couple scenes later, I guess it's like the next day, he comes over to the house and they're talking about the baby again, which I don't get why she wants to have a baby with him, but whatever. But they're talking about the baby again. And he was like, well, I'll do it if you want to do it. And she's like, well, I want you to actually want this. I don't want you just to do it because you think I want to do it. He didn't say I don't want to do it. He was like, I just want to make you happy. That's not how you bring a baby into the world. That's not how you create life. That should be a yes. I want to create a life with you. Not, okay, you want to create a life? I guess I'll go along. So he said some wild ish to Mary Jane, which was kind of true. But here's the thing, right? The person who delivers truth matters. Because if Kara had said what Lee did to Mary Jane, basically like you're a nutcase and if you come across anybody good, you're going to ruin it. I mean, this is her pattern and he did not lie. But I'm not taking any real criticism from a dude like Lee. You don't have a place to stay and you don't have a real career and you got a crazy baby mom and 2 kids that live overseas, and I ain't really seen you reach in your pocket for nothing in a whole season, bruh. So you coming to me as messed up as you are trying to tell me about myself, you might be right, but I'm not receiving that information from you. Like delivery matters, how it's said and who it's said by. Tyrese. But MJ gets pissed. She throws a teacup at him, which out of control nuts. So you can't be throwing stuff at people. So he broke up with her and good riddance. I've not been a fan. I tolerated him and then I couldn't tolerate him anymore. So he's gone. Like I care not. So bye. Lee storms out and MJ has to go to work. So she shows up at work. She's a crying mess. Justin has alley-oop this thing for her where she's going to have a segment with Aaron, who is the other big anchor with Rhonda on the show. So this is a really big deal. The news directors, the suits from, way up in their corner office tower are coming down to watch Mary Jane and Aaron and see if they have great chemistry. So it's a great look. But Mary Jane is a mess. Justin walks into an office and finds her bawling her eyes out. He calls Kara. Kara comes in. And for someone who isn't very... They say she's not maternal, but she actually really is maternal. I mean, she did great with Mary Jane. Like, she talked to her like a 5-year-old kid, gave her a great pep talk. All you gotta do is 2.5 minutes, baby girl. You can do anything for 2.5 minutes. And Mary Jane was like, okay. And she pulled herself together and she went right out there with Aaron, and she did a really good job. I mean, all things considering, seeing as how it was like a piece about emojis, but it worked out. Justin, because he's crafty, crazy, always scheming, he has like this big idea to get Rhonda out of the anchor chair. He says that the story that Rhonda did last week, she didn't properly fact check. So Rhonda's slipping, and Justin, because he's Justin and he wants MJ in that chair, and most importantly, he wants to be the executive producer of an anchor. He tells MJ to make herself scarce. So she goes to her hotel room to hang out until, you know, she gets word on what to do. Justin comes by. I just knew something was going to happen. I really thought something was going to happen, but it didn't, and the buildup was well worth it. I don't know if it topped Their Eyes Were Watching God sex, but that was a good sex scene. I'm thirsty. Everything works out with Justin's plan, sort of. Rhonda gets put on suspension. Bye, Rhonda. Kara takes a hit as well because Kara was assigned to Rhonda as her producer. And Kara's like, the story predates me, but it doesn't work out in her favor. Kara lays all it out that Justin did this to her. She goes and she, as in Mary Jane, goes and confronts Justin. He's like, I had no idea. He didn't seem to be the biggest Kara fan anyway. If he had told her, Kara might have taken a hit too. I don't know that Mary Jane would have gone along with that so blatantly. Like, she's very out for self, but I don't know if she would have thrown Kara under the bus, since, as she kept saying, Kara's the one who got me this job. So Kara's on suspension, and Mary Jane says she'll fix it. I have no idea how that's going to happen. I don't want to see Kara go. I love me some Kara. What I thought was really interesting, though, she walks down the street and the first place she goes is to Orlando's. At the beginning of the episode, when MJ was like, just give him a call, she was like, oh no, Latino men are very prideful. Like, once you break up with them, you know, it's a wrap. They want nothing to do with you. But Orlando, sure enough, opened that door. He stepped aside, like, come on in. And he looked, I would say he looked relieved to see her. He didn't look angry. It's not the end of Kara and Orlando. He genuinely is into her, and she's genuinely into him. And I want to see them work out. I like love. I want to see happy people. As far as work goes, like, MJ's in a really good place. Like, she's turning 40, and the day of her birthday, she winds up in the anchor chair, which has always been her dream. Her family sends her a really nice video message about how she's inspired them to do different things. Patrick is doing community service. Niecy is getting her hours together for cosmetology school. Her parents are going to go back to Hattiesburg because her mama ain't been in 40 years. I actually know where Hattiesburg is. My dad grew up, like, I don't know, a 15-minute drive from there. I don't understand. Like, it's not really a long ride. There must be more to that story. Hopefully we'll find out, because I want to see the Pattersons. I doubt they're moving the show back to Atlanta, but I like the family. I want to see the family. I want to keep up with them and their shenanigans. So for her big day, MJ's going on set, like, looking very old Hollywood glamour. She's got like the pretty waves, the curl at the end, the red lip. I'm happy for her. She's talented at what she does. Like, her personal life, she's a goddamn mess. Because again, this Justin has a girlfriend. Maybe there's something we don't know yet, but he was smoothing her hair down before she went on stage, and Lee standing right in the wings, looking, watching everything. Leo popping up, pop-up ass. Why is he like this? Like, text, call, email, courier pigeon, just something. He's so annoying. Like, here you are again, like, at the woman's job. You can't let her work in peace. It's morning TV. She's out of the studio at noon at the latest. He looked puzzled. His feelings look kind of like hurt. I mean, because Zoe cheated on him, and now it looks like Mary Jane has, you can't say cheated, you have to say moved on quickly. What you gonna say? You broke up with her. If Lawrence on Insecure was a single man when he went and like bumped old girl, the day after, 3 days after they broke up, Lawrence was single, MJ was single. I just don't know if Justin's single. That's the problem. But I guess we're gonna find out at the end of this season. BET keeps saying mid-season finale, mid-season finale. So that leads me to believe that we're not gonna have to wait a whole nother year for more being Mary Jane. So yeah, that's the season. Let me know what you thought of the final episode. Let me know what you thought of the season in general. Let me know what you thought of the recap, but only if you like it, because I don't want to hear no complaints. But otherwise, that's it. Thanks for tuning in.